Hey guys, thank you for 100 subscribers, and to celebrate that, I'll be doing my first Q&A. I'll basically borrow some questions from Foxtron, some unused questions from Foxtron Prime's Q&As. Now, let's get this started. First question goes to Reximus Prime. Question for Megatron. If Starscream wasn't around, who would be your punching bag? I would definitely punch Skywolf. Because he is as dumb as Starscream and a little bit treacherous. Now, where's Skywolf? I need to punch him. Cyber and Snam has a question for G1 Megatron. Out of all the alternate modes you had over the years, which do you prefer more? A tank, a jet, or a gun? Definitely a tank. I mean, it is my alternate mode as of now, and I really love blasting Autobots apart with its thick barrel. The gun is a close second. Havomac News has a question for Starscream. How do you feel about your appearance in Earthspark?
Well, it is kind of entertaining a bit. For season 1 at least. Season 2 completely destroyed my character arc. And made me evil for the sake of continuing the good versus evil story. I mean, what the heck, Nickelodeon?
Amphius Storman has a question for Megatron. How does it feel to die more times than Cliffjumper? I feel aggravated. I mean, seriously, how many times have I died?
Not enough.
What do you mean, not enough?
I mean, not enough. In recent years. I mean, seriously, can you die again?
I died in the Skybot comics.
Oh, well, can you die in Earthspark? This time with no plot armor.
The Red Prime has a question for Optimus and Bumblebee. Do you think Hot Rod deserves the hate that he gets from what happened in the 86 movie? It's like way too much hate. No, he doesn't deserve the hate from all of the year he's back. Yeah, he didn't even get involved. Granted, he did try to prevent Megatron from it, but that's the point. He was trying to prevent Megatron from killing him, not causing Megatron to kill him. In fact, Hot Rod didn't even kill Optimus in the first place. It was Megatron that did it. You guys are just blaming the wrong person. Now, on to the next question. Thane Gill has a question for Bumblebee. Who's your arch nemesis, Starscream or Nightbird? And question for Megatron. What do you think of Skybites and Sideways? Neither Starscream or Nightbird. My arch nemesis is Barricade. Mostly because of the live-action movies, of course. Skybite is more of a bumbling fool than a subordinate, and Sideways is the biggest disappointment in the Unicron trilogy. I mean, seriously, he went from menacing to a joke. Reenax Crime has a question for Bumblebee. Is Hot Rod your older brother? Well, he does kind of act like it sometimes. I mean, we do kind of tease each other. But, especially the time I rickrolled him. Hey, Bumblebee, how are you feeling? Rainbow Racer has a question for RC. What was your first time on Earth like? For Megatron, what were you doing during Rise of the Beast? And for Optimus, what exactly happened to those 7 paws at the end of Bumblebee? Well, I did find some of the humans entertaining, and I especially love that Hot Rod came with me. I mean, he is so precious. Honestly, I have no idea where I was during the movie. Either I was frozen near Sector 7, or I was being rebuilt by my Decepticons. This universe is weird. Well, I do know that the other pod, that the pods were RC, Wheeljack, Mirage, Stratosphere, and the 3 pods were Wheeljack, Ironhide, and Ratchet.
and I don't know where he headed off to. Hopefully not Mexico.
Borkrock has a question for Optimus Prime. We know Robots in the Sky 2015 was really bad, but what about Rescue Bots?
Well, I do like the show as a whole, but the toy line, not so much. I mean, seriously, those were jam-packed with gimmicks and barely articulation. Thank Primus they're making more modern releases with the Legacy United Chase and Age of Prime's Heat Wave. Hopefully, in both new adaptations of Boulder and Blades get added in.
Swampworks has a question for Wheeljack. If you had to make either Q or Pablo as your official permanent design, which one would you choose?
Definitely Pablo. Q was one of the weirdest designs in the Bayverse. And I don't know who, but I'm mad at someone.
Zelena the Burr has a question for Megatron. What are your thoughts of the other Decepticon, Destron, and Predacon leaders like Dead Saurus, Devil Z, Overlord, etc.? And for Optimus Prime, what are your thoughts on the other Autobots, Cybertron, and Maximum leaders like Starsaber, God Jinrai, and Blamble, etc.?
Deathosaurus is alright to say the least. Scorponok is absolutely cool. Devil Z, I don't know much about. And Overlord is just weird with that country accent. Starsaber is a very cool bot. But Fortress Maximus is very, very cool. Rodimus Prime is basically Hot Rod overhead. And Optimus Primal is pretty cool and good to bear the Prime name. Also, doesn't God Jinrai look like me for some? One whose name Jinrai. I mean, Jinrai literally translates to Prime. How are you not a mistake? How is it not Optimus Prime? How is it not me?
Spoilers for the Netflix show, but Night Fastgrim has a question for Optimus Prime. What is your reaction on the Netflix Transformers War for Cybertron, where Skylinks that appear in one episode and then killed off later in the same episode without developing what that ruins Skylink's character?
Honestly, I was actually shocked myself. I mean, Skylinks deserves more screen time in that show, but they relegated him to one episode. I mean, seriously, why can't you give Skylinks more attention?
Bailey Larson has a question for all the Transformers. What would each of you do if you had a time machine? Well, technically, Vector Prime's Star Saber, or powered up with the Cyberplanically, is technically a time machine. So if I were to use it, then I would go back in time and to prevent myself from being in the spot where Optimus Prime died in the 86 movie. You know, to stop people from blaming me on the reason why Optimus died. I mean, it's really getting annoying. If I were to use it, I would go back in time to insert myself in the Robots in the Sky, his 2015 show, so I could prevent Starscream from being the leader of the Decepticons in that show. If I were to use it, then I would erase the years 2015 to 2017. He knows where the dirt gets times for Transformers. If I were to use it, I were to get that Megatron never existed, and that I would be the permanent leader of the Decepticons. If I were to use it, I would erase all the times that I died in the Transformers universe. If I were to use it, I would change the time where Robots in the Sky 2015 existed, and make sure that it never retconned its own line continuity and made all the characters worse in comparison. It took me years to get over that. Story Miss Prime has a question for Knockout. Did you ever tell the Autobots what happened to Dreadwing, Arachnid, and the Insecticons? Yes, I did. And, I'll just show you. And then Dreadwing was stabbed in the spark by Megatron.
Probably I think he's gone crazy.
The Maha Channel has a question for Megatron. Aside from Starscream and Shockwave, which Decepticon do you think would betray you?
Honestly, I think the Constructicons would betray me. Can you blame me? When they're combined as the Devastator, they're the height of buildings in some continuities. I would never go up against them due to the mere size.
Combiner Prime is a question for her RC. If you have to go on a date with Bumblebee, Wheeljack, or Knockout, who would you choose? Honestly, it would be Bumblebee. Wheeljack is just too reliant on his creations, and Knockout would probably irritate me a bit. Also, we have a bit of a relationship going in the Resistance series. And the last question goes to Wyatt Shields. For Lord Megatron, I think I saw Starscream play with your entire My Little Pony collection and put them in the Shadow Zone.
Wait, he did? Starscream, back up! Get back here! Starscream, some puny human told me that you put all my Little Pony toys into the Shadow Realm. So tell me, did you do it?
No, of course not.
Really? So you tell me that you didn't do it?
No. Instead, I had the Constructicon to put them in the trash compactor. And that does it for the Q&A, guys. Now, hopefully I can get actual questions on my comment section if the comments actually work. And hopefully my community is big enough to give me some Q&As for the upcoming birthday Q&A. Now, like and subscribe and roll out!